Welcome to the Dump Him podcast, discussing all things modern day dating, learning to love yourself, and when you should just dump him, or her, or them.
Hello everybody!
Hi guys.
Welcome back to the Dump Him podcast. I'm Kitty.
And I'm Francesca. And we finally got the intro right on the third try there. Which no one else will have heard, but that was a mission.
After so many episodes, you would have thought we'd be better, but we are still learning.
Far too off the cuff. I think that's what keeps it real, you know? Anyway.
How's your week been, Franks?
It's been good. I don't have any updates before anyone asks. No, I haven't been on a date. Hinge is dead. I think it's down for me, to be honest. I think there's a connection problem because it's very quiet on my dating apps. And moving on, Kitty.
Okay.
How is Finance Guy?
Just on that note, really quickly before we get to Finance Guy.
Okay.
I saw a friend.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is for the podcast. I saw a friend the other day, and he was saying, "Love the podcast. Been listening so much, learning so much. You guys inspired me to download Hinge," and he's been getting all these matches and going on all these dates.
Good for him, as he should.
How sweet is that?
Yeah.
I was loving it. Anyway, sorry. Finance Guy. So, don't know where to start. So obviously we'd had how many dates we had? 4.
Yeah.
So we had another 5th date, and we went and had a picnic in Green Park, and then we went and did a little bit of shopping, and we went and got a coffee after. So this was a very nice Sunday afternoon.
Sound like a rooftop bar though, which I thought is what we'd mentioned. Obviously didn't listen to the podcast.
Not that
I
one.
thought number 1 on the wish list for Kitty was a rooftop bar, not a picnic. But you know, that's a cute date. That sounds fun.
He did offer to cook dinner, but as we know, I'm allergic to life, so it's just a bit difficult, you know?
Yeah, he'd be like, yeah, you can cook me 1 single lettuce leaf for dinner.
Yeah. I said, do you want a list of my allergens? Or
He's like, we'll order in.
Yeah. And then we actually met up again today.
Okay.
We went for lunch.
To a rooftop bar?
No, we sat on the steps at St. Paul's.
Okay, that's also really cute and a nice location, but I'm really trying to manifest this rooftop bar for you because one of us needs to be on a rooftop bar.
Okay, well look,
ASAP,
put it this
it's
way.
not going to be me.
Put it this way. I'm a firm believer, okay, and I preach this a lot to people, so I thought I should probably start taking my own advice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a firm believer of if you don't know, it's a no. And basically, I came away from my lunch date and went, actually, I do know, and it's a no.
What?
Yeah.
I'm actually in shock.
Yeah. Well, a few hours later, I sent a ending things text. And the fantastic news is that he felt the same.
Really?
Yeah. And he sent a really nice text back. And I felt so guilty sending it because he is such a nice guy. Genuinely a really, really nice guy. He's exactly what I wanted on paper. But I didn't feel... I wasn't sure, but I didn't know I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So I felt very calm about the whole thing. Yeah. And I didn't know, like, after I had my little blip, and obviously I spoke about Eva's episode, etc. After I was over that, I didn't know if I felt calm because it was just right, or I felt calm because I wasn't actually that bothered. And I think on reflection, it was kind of, if he doesn't text me, okay.
Yeah, not Devo.
So, yeah. So, I did. You know, I really was hoping it was going to be something. I gave it a very good shot. You know, he said, "Look, I don't think. You know, I think we've got a lot in common, but longer term, it's not really. We're not right." And I said, "No, look, I totally agree." You know, he said, "I'd still love to see you for a coffee every now and again and stay friends." So I thought, yeah, fantastic.
That's cute.
So yeah. That's my...
Oh my gosh. I was not expecting you to tell me this like this.
I know, I thought I'd save
it. Yeah.
Francesca Francesca's actually the last person to find out today.
Are you joking? Well, that's quite hurtful because I'm normally the first, but it's fine. Anything for the content. But wow.
If we weren't recording tonight, I would have told you. But I
Okay.
thought, oh, it's only about 3 hours away. I'll just tell
There you go, the real-time reaction.
Yes.
You know what? I'm actually like not super surprised now I think about it. Because funnily enough, I was actually having a conversation with our friends when you weren't there recently about this. In a nice way.
When was that?
After you left on Friday.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And we were all saying like, oh, is it right? Are they that similar? Because obviously I was just very fixated on getting you to a rooftop bar. If any guys are listening, just get a girl to a roof. Yeah. And we were saying like, and I said obviously from what I know of you, like when you're in, and like you can take some time to get in, but also if not, then you're out. Obviously, you're either in or out, but you know what I mean. So, but we were all saying, is this really going to last? Because from what she's saying, not sure. And I reckon in a week's time, it's gonna have ended, or you're gonna be like in love and you're in it, and like he's amazing and has no faults whatsoever. And so it's interesting to see which way it's gone, but I'm not super shocked.
And you know what's interesting is I actually got beyond the faults. So obviously the fact we hadn't been to a rooftop bar in that respect was beginning to niggle on me.
Yeah.
And then that area improved and I actually got over that. And I thought, no, actually, you know what? If I do like him, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But then actually today I just thought, we just don't have a lot of conversation. And in terms of like laughing, obviously one of my exes was bad on every angle, apart from the fact he could make me laugh the entire time.
Yeah.
So that bar has now been set pretty high.
Yeah.
But if I know it can happen with him, it can happen with someone else. So if I haven't got that same level of enjoyment and laughing and happiness the whole time, in their company,
You've done it once, you could probably do it again. So yeah.
Exactly.
Oh well, poor finance guy.
He felt the same, so that was great. And he actually said in his message, I was going to actually talk about this today, but I just didn't have the balls to do it.
Yeah, that's what they all say though. That's so like, oh, you think that? I've been thinking that as well, as I cry. I feel like people love that as a defense mechanism. Not that I've ever done that, if anyone's listening. But yeah. Oh well, bye, finance guy. It was nice.
Thanks for joining us.
I got excited. I thought I was going to meet a new Kitty love interest in person one day.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. Yeah. Do you know what? What was weird was this gave me a glimpse again of what it was like to be in a relationship. And I really don't have the time for it.
Yeah.
Like I was really struggling to even make time to see him. And so I just feel like, honestly, like I just don't need a relationship right now in my life.
Yeah.
I'm not even downloading the apps. I just...
had you deleted it?
Yeah, we were exclusively dating.
Oh my Lord.
So I deleted the apps because I was like, well, don't need them anymore. Obviously it saves all your data anyway. We just log back in again.
Go straight back in, re-input your mobile number. There we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I've never left.
All those matches come back up a few weeks later. Yeah. So I'm just gonna chill out on it for the time being.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the summer.
Hot girl summer.
Hot girl summer.
Hot girl single summer. No,
need to get
hot
that
single
gym,
girl
actually.
summer. Yeah. I'm going to be there and I'm going to be a girl, so it's going to be a something girl summer. Maybe lukewarm, but it's fine. We'll see if I do go in the gym. But wow.
Yeah, that's my story today, actually, not even just this week, today.
Hot off the press, listeners. You're getting real-time updates.
Most people don't even know it yet, guys, so I haven't had a chance to inform everyone yet.
This is the official announcement.
This is the official announcement. I'm really hoping one day the official announcement is I have a boyfriend. I really hope, but it's just not the time right now.
I feel that as well. I was actually talking to someone very casually, but it did progress from Hinge to WhatsApp, which never happens.
Okay.
And yeah, I just was taking too long to reply, and then I think he ghosted me when I finally did reply after like a week, which is fair enough. I was not holding up my end of the conversation.
Don't forget, I did accidentally ghost that guy because I thought he'd never responded to me, and then I found him in my contacts. And
Yeah,
weeks later, he had responded. I just hadn't realised.
I just, you know,
What was too long? What was too long a response?
well, I got the impression that he could reply instantly, and I was taking like 5 working days to respond. So,
Oh well,
yeah, I was quite bad.
I didn't see that. I didn't see the spontaneous date guy because he was taking 48 hours.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, this was the guy that where I turned down for a spontaneous date to be responsible. Yeah, yeah.
Him.
Yeah, but also the conversation was, well, when you're taking that long to reply to someone, again, partly my fault, is the conversation is very like, what are you doing today? What are you doing today? And unless
Yeah.
you're going to be like, when are you free? Let's make plans. I just don't really, I don't need a diary. I've got a calendar.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't need to be telling you what I'm doing. It's none of your business.
Or how you feeling? You can
But didn't even
journal
get
that.
to that point. It was just like, oh, I'm doing this today. Oh, I'm tired. Oh,
Oh no.
yeah, not a vibe.
Okay, well,
So we're both, I mean, not that I ever wasn't, but Kitty's back and ready for Hot Girl Summer, so that's good news.
back
Not the
on the
finance
market.
guy, but anyway.
Oh, look, I think we'll still be friends, which is really nice, to be honest, because, yeah, I look forward to that.
Does he have any single friends that he could set me up with?
Or me.
Yeah. Might be a bit too soon for that one.
I don't know, really.
Oh.
Okay, so Franks, we have two topics to discuss today.
Yes.
One of them I was actually thinking about whilst I was seeing Finance Guide, to be honest, because I am obviously a 23-year-old female who cannot construct her own opinion, so I need my friends to do it for me.
Yeah.
Basically. So when I was a little bit unsure, I was thinking, if I can just get my friends to meet him,
Yeah.
and then they'll be able to give me their opinion, and maybe this will help me kind of cement my idea in my head.
Yeah.
But it brought about the question of how soon is it too soon to introduce a guy you are seeing to your friends?
I don't think there is a too soon, you know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't like, bring them along on the first date, but I think if you're a few dates in and you're seeing, okay, here's my thing. I think if you arrange it in like a really formal way, that's a bit much. If it's like, oh, you and all my friends are going to, meet at this time. But if you're like a few dates in, maybe like 3 minimum, ideally 4 or 5 dates in, and you're like actually into someone, if you were like out with your friends and you were in the same-ish area and they were like, oh, what are you doing? And they either wanted to merge friendship groups, which is always great fun, or just come and join because like their night is ending. I think that's really fun. Like I've done that before with guys that I was seeing after like, what was it, like maybe like 4 or 5 dates, really. But we were both just like in this, and it was like, oh, bring your friends, like come and join, and it was so nice.
Were you like exclusively dating at that point?
Yeah, but we were exclusively dating from like the second date.
Yeah, okay.
To be fair.
Because that's what if you weren't even to the point, like if you were bringing along a guy to meet your friends and actually you were both still sleeping with other people, I feel that would be kind of like a bit awkwardly intense for no good reason.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you're going to be introducing like a different guy every night to your friends because you're dating different people, maybe not. But like, I think we've said about this on the podcast before about like making it exclusive, because I did the classic like, are we seeing other people? And he was like, no, we're not, on like our second date. So yeah, that was it just worked out that I think if you are exclusive and then you get those opportunities, you could do it sooner than if it was going to be a formal, like, we're going to meet my friends at this time in this place and this is our plan in advance. I think that's maybe a bit more like off-putting and scary. Whereas if you're just like out having fun, I think that's really
Yeah.
fun. I would have loved like finance guy, for example, to like come along and join, maybe just to like meet.
Well, I was at a gathering on Saturday, and
Yeah.
finance guy.
An outdoor gathering, rule of 6.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And finance guy wanted to come and join,
Oh,
and I was like, it's not my outdoor area, so I don't want to just invite people when I'm not the host.
yeah.
So he said, "Oh, why don't you come? We can go to a bar and get dinner near me." And my friend wanted to come with me. So I was like, okay, like, can my friend come? Like, I've got no problem with that. So then he suggested, "Oh, why don't we go to Hackney and meet some of my friends there
I
with
mean,
your friends?"
his friends.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Like, this sounds like a fun idea. Like, we'd had a few drinks, you know, like they were at another bar. We're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, okay, like where in Hackney and which bar? And then he was like, oh, no, actually, I don't think we should do that because they're quite hipster and alternative, and I don't think you'll get on with them or fit in.
I mean, at least he was honest. No, but would you rather he just be like, no, come along, and then it's some like craft brewery and they're all like tattooed and nose piercings and like doing drugs in the toilet?
Oh,
I think you would prefer that. Like, you prefer not to go,
yeah.
right?
Yes, but I don't think I would never judge someone on tattoos and piercings. If they're doing drugs in the toilet, yeah, fine. I'm
No,
judging.
but as in if they're his friends and he knows them and he's getting to know you, he's probably the right person to judge that you wouldn't get along, I guess.
I know, but isn't that a bit awkward? Like, moving forward, wouldn't that have been awkward?
Yeah, maybe don't suggest that and then don't then go on to say that, because imagine if you then did like go the distance and you got married and these like freaking Hackney hipsters showed up to your wedding, you'd be like, oh well, I wasn't good enough to hang out with back then, now you want to go to the party.
Yeah, honestly. So it just, it made me think of it. But I agree. I think, like, especially friendship groups merging can be a lot of fun.
I think it's how you do it. Like if you
Yeah.
if you're similar people and you have similar friends, then it can work really well. But yeah, maybe it'd be an absolute disaster if your friends are very different.
If anyone has any good stories on introducing friends to their new dating people, I'd be really intrigued to hear them, actually.
Yeah, I love meeting the friends of guys that I'm dating though.
I love my friends meeting the guy that I'm dating.
Yeah, that as well. When you like
Mm,
someone, you're just like, let me introduce you to the rest of my world.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I
that's
also
a
think you
lovely
can
song.
tell a lot about a guy by his friends. And I feel like getting in with the friends is, if you can show you're down with the friends and you can like, neck pints and get in on the guy banter, which obviously is my area of expertise.
Not mine.
I think that like that's a big like tick for a guy, like brownie points.
Um, and I think also, especially how someone acts around their friends, I think is also really interesting to see. Like, are they the supportive friend? Are they the generous friend? Are they the one who's actually feeling really insecure, so they're being shit about everyone else to make themselves feel better friend?
Yeah.
Like, it's just so interesting to see that. Like, are they the person who gets the round, or they just sit on their ass and don't do anything, wait for everyone else to get it? Are they that
The
friend?
worst is when you see a guy and his friends and then you hate the way they are together and you're like, the ick.
The ick.
I hate your group of if I saw you and I didn't know you, I'd move away.
Yeah.
Yikes.
The ick is dangerous, because once you've got the ick.
But it's quite like an exciting stage when you're seeing like a new relationship, quote unquote, when you're seeing someone, because it's like, I like you and trust you enough to introduce you to my friends. Like that's like a nice like that's a compliment if someone wants to do that. And yeah, I just feel like those early days are always so fun when you're like merging friends and everyone's like getting to know each other. I just think like, I mean, maybe I've got quite a romanticized idea about it because it's been a while, but the thought of like being out with my friends for drinks and he's out with his friends and then we go and join. I'm just like, fun, so fun.
Yeah, this is cute. Yeah,
probably not as cute in practice, but anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a while for me until I'm doing that, I think.
Same, don't worry.
Okay, so building on that,
yeah,
can girls and guys be friends?
Are you waiting for me to answer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sometimes yes, and sometimes no.
Okay, what makes you say that?
Well, because I'd be a hypocrite, seeing as I've got like several
Yeah.
platonic guy friends that I would never be interested in that way, and
Yeah.
they're like a brother to me. So if I said no, I'd be a massive hypocrite.
Yeah.
But then I also say sometimes no, because I feel like there are some rare occurrences when you have a friendship and sometimes you like cross a slight, you tiptoe over the line and then it's like never the same again. Once you've slightly opened that door, you can't close it again. And because I've had that happen in the past to people.
I've always found, though, if I've ever got to that point with a friend, it's either kind of made or broken the friendship. So broken in terms of, yeah, I agree, it's got really awkward and it's like never the same again. Some of the guys that's happened with, I've become really, really good friends with, because it's almost like that extra level of bonding. Not,
Oh,
sorry, I'm not
really?
saying sleeping with them, but like hooking up or whatever. Yeah, I don't know if it's like because you've got that deeper level of mutual respect
Because
and
you've seen each other
attraction for
naked.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
probably. Well, it's
what
trust,
was
isn't it?
what was the friendship like before that happened?
I know it's happened with quite a few people.
But were you always friends with them beforehand?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And then it's been like, oh, maybe we should try this. It's been fun, it's happened, but then actually it's been, no, it doesn't work. We're really good as friends, but not, not in a relationship. And normally, interestingly enough, it's because the guy has actually been really shit in a relationship. So I've got a load of good guy friends, and I've
Yeah.
seen it to myself and to other girls as well, where they're like the best person ever as a friend. You see them in a relationship and they're a little bugger.
Yeah.
Like what? You're like, I just didn't expect that from you. But like, because they're in a
Yeah.
completely different scenario, they act so differently.
Some of my guy friends, I'm like, love you to pieces. I would never recommend anyone to date you. Like, you're
Oh,
awful.
like, what are you doing? Yeah, so yeah. I totally, I think, do you know what I find quite interesting is that I I'm a very loving person, right?
Yeah.
In the sense that like I'll always give my guy friends a hug or text them and be like, oh, I miss you, or like comment on their Instagram with like cute and like a heart emoji,
Their girlfriends are gonna hate you.
Exactly. And if I was the girlfriend, I'd be like, who is this girl?
Yeah.
Like, what is her deal? So I always make, especially when these guys get in relationships, I always make a massive effort with the girlfriends, because not like I'm not being bitchy or two-faced about it. I'm genuinely am interested, but I
That's
also
nice.
want them to know that I'm not interested in any
Yeah.
way in their boyfriend, because could have been there, done that, and we haven't, because we're not interested, right? But at the same time, like if my boyfriend had girls doing that to him, I would be like, who the fuck is telling you they miss you?
Yeah.
Like,
I'd be fuming.
yeah. I remember one time with one of my exes, I ended up on this girl's page for some reason, and he basically followed her and had commented the flame emoji. And I was like, sorry. So I sent him a screenshot and I was like, we don't fucking comment this on my pictures. And he was like, oh yeah, blah blah, she's the bomb. And I was like,
Weird, because I thought I was, so
thought the flame emoji was for me.
yeah.
And it was like a picture of her in a bikini.
Oh no.
But obviously, I'm sure I have been on the other end of that, in terms of I've commented things on guys, their girlfriends are probably taking screenshots, go, what's she on about? And they've probably gone, oh yeah, probably not the bomb, but she's like, oh yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
But like you don't think anything of it. So it's a hard balance. I would really recommend to people, if you have good guy friends and they get girlfriends, make a massive effort with the girlfriends. Like, don't just be seeing your guy friend as they are, like invite the girlfriends along, because it will just be so much more plain sailing. And a lot of guy friends I've lost because their girlfriends, I haven't even been involved, but their girlfriends don't want them to have anything to do with other female friends.
I mean, I don't really have much to say to that, given that probably both of us would be the same in that situation.
It's really shitty. I've lost a lot of good guy friends from it.
Yeah.
And in the same way, you don't lose female friends because their boyfriends tell them they can't hang out with you, you know?
Yeah. It's a bit of a different scenario.
But equally, at the same time, on the other foot, if I were the girlfriend and I had a boyfriend and he was really good friends with this girl and she was just inviting him out, just the two of them, I would be like, like, if you're going out in a group, you know, but does it need to be just the two of you?
Yeah. What would I do in that situation? I'm very fortunate that my guy friends don't have girlfriends, so we don't really have to deal with that as an issue.
I'd probably say it's 50-50, but I've also made a lot of female friends through their girlfriends. So, like,
yeah,
it's been nice. I just think if anyone's slightly debating a situation with their friends, be it boys or girls, just think about how you would view it if you were their other half.
yeah.
You know, maybe I should
Yikes.
stop some of my commenting on Instagram.
I'd never comment on people's Instagrams. I comment on yours, that's it.
Oh, I comment on everyone's.
You don't comment on mine.
Do I not? I swear I do.
Occasionally, infrequently.
I commented on this girl's the other day. I've not spoken to her in ages, and she looked beautiful. I commented. And then I got a DM. She's like, I miss you so much.
That's so cute.
Stop.
Maybe I should comment on more people's Instagram. But do you know what? Something that really, I mean, it doesn't really happen as much anymore. It happened a few times when I was younger, was when you would be friends with a guy and everything was chilled, friends, platonic. We're really good friends. And then they would just try and get with you or like hook up with you or try it on spontaneously. And you'd be like, for God's sake, like, what am I meant to do with this now? Like, we were really good friends. And how long have you been planning to lunge at me for?
I had a stage where, up until recently, where I'd be really good friends with guys. And then after a few months, they'd be like, I really fancy you. And I'm like, what, really?
I mean, can you blame them?
Do you have to?
I'm not surprised because look at me, but
it was so funny. Yeah, it happened one time on Valentine's Day. I had 3 guys do it to me. That's on that day.
On Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and they were all friends, and I was just like, what? Like, I just didn't see that at all.
Oh my God, you have some ballsy guy friends. I don't get any of this kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm still friends with most of them as well.
That's impressive. Because I find like once someone or the line is crossed, I find it really hard to stay friends with someone. I'm just always like, nah, that's done now. Put that to bed.
No, that's fair. It's fair. It's an interesting debate, though. I think it's a good one. Okay, pet peeve.
Yeah. Go on, give us your jingle.
Pet peeve.
As stunning as ever.
I think that was the best yet. Anyway, my pet peeve this week came about as I said, I went on this date to Green Park, so I decided to walk to Green Park. Now this meant walking through Covent Garden and Trafalgar Square, and I actually cannot get over the influx of people that have descended on London.
Oh, really?
Full.
Is it?
And we know they're not all residents. Because it wouldn't be that full.
Well, we know because last year all those places were empty and we got to enjoy them last summer. We could go to Covent Garden for drinks, which is something no one's ever done if you live in London.
Yeah. And you don't do. You avoid.
Yeah.
Oxford Street. Avoid like the
Trafalgar Square, get that away from me.
I've never even been to Trafalgar Square before. I was just following along on the maps.
Awful.
Maps because I was so scared my phone was going to be stolen. I was just blindly walking and thought it was the right direction. It happened to be the right direction. But anyway, there were so many people and I could smell popcorn, sweet and salty popcorn. I felt like I was at Disneyland. Like we're talking that sort of like, you know, like a theme park where it's just filled with people.
Really?
It was like that.
What are all these people doing?
I don't know. Because it's not, you can just go and sit outdoors in the freezing cold.
Yeah. Because I went on a date just before Christmas. And it was really nice. We were like around the Soho area, and we ended up like walking through like Covent Garden and Leicester Square and all those places, and places I would never normally be seen dead. Like I once got chips from a chip shop in Leicester Square on the way home from a night out because we got lost. That's the only reason I've been there since I was like born. And it was really nice because it was completely empty, and it was just like nice to wander around these places that you never normally go to. It's a bit of a novelty, but where has everyone come from, and can you go back there again, please?
I don't know where everyone's come from. I mean, look, it's great for the economy, so can't complain too much, but so that's my pet peeve. Lots and lots of people in London. I really miss quiet London.
Do you know what? I kind of understand that, like, you know, people need to entertain the kids or something, and, you know, days out and whatnot, and great for the economy. I could see it from that point of view, but as someone who lives here, I can't explain how annoying it is. It's so nice to see it empty.
I know. It's so nice. But anyway, that's all we have today.
That is.
We will be back next week. We are the Dumping Podcast. Stick us into Google.
You're really making that catchphrase stick, huh?
Oh yeah,
that's a new thing.
I'm gonna say it every time.
Great. One thing is, guys, if you want to share a dilemma for us to answer in an upcoming episode, we haven't done one in a while, and we were saying earlier we'd love to do one again. We've got our agony aunt hats ready to go. So if you do want to send us in a dilemma, anything that's going on in your life, we will read it out anonymously, and we'll give our best advice, a la the Dumping Podcast. Probably not trained definitely not trained professionals, but we do try. We just tell you.
I'll be honest, I'll tell you
that. So you can find us on Instagram for that, or send us an email. Okay. I won't say what it is because we say it on every other episode.
Alrighty.
We'll be back next week with another episode on Monday.
We will. Bye, guys.